AskReddit by Famkathan. If you could secretly hear what people said about you only once, when and where would you choose to listen, and why? I wold ignorance is bliss. Came here to say this. People always ask about being able to hear people's thoughts. I know what goes through my head. I wouldn't want to know what others are saying or thinking about me. I wouldn't, because it would change the way I look at them, and because sometimes some things are better off not knowing. Agreed. My dad wasn't around growing up. I first saw him when I was like 12 and then on and off for a few years. He took me to his home country cause his father was dying. He took me to the hospital to meet him for the first time. I'll never forget the way he looked at me. Never been looked at like that before or since. Anyway, I left the room. Left my dad and his dad alone. I guess I would like to hear what was said when I left the room. I've never thought about that before. Thanks for the question. Spelling. How did he look at you? At my funeral. Came to say this. Birth. It's probably going to be the most pure and kind moments of my lifetime. This is the correct answer. I already found out most of the time from gossip, so it wouldn't really make a difference. I just lost a good amount of my friends due to rumor, so I already know what they are saying. I'd choose to hear what people say about me during a family gathering. It's when everyone is relaxed and genuine, and I'd love to know the unfiltered thoughts shared among my loved ones. 17 years ago, after netball practice, the two netball teams and coach were gossiping, and as I got there they said my name. I asked everyone what it was about, but no one ever told me. It still bugs me. If we include time travel, I would like to know what my parents really thought when I was born. Not really a baby person here, but my thoughts were like, holy shit, I did it. An ugly little baby, except this is the most beautiful baby in the world. I have seen every video of the most hideous little grey gross things, and here she is covered in uterus cheese and she's fucking gorgeous. Holy shit, she has perfect little uterus cheese flecks whooshing in and out of her nostrils because she's literally alive now. She's so perfect. This is the best day of my life. Gotta say, I love her a lot more now than when she was a baby though. I'm just not a baby person. One time when I was in a psych ward, common, the doctor doing my care told my mom and bother all these outlandish things, that I had hidden drugs around the house, and just all sorts of things. I'd really like to hear that conversation and know exactly WTF he said to them, because I didn't do these things. I would find out what my brother said about me to people when we moved to the city we grew up, because I spent the rest of my childhood being bullied. Many tell me what they think of me right at my face, and that is why I avoid most people. I wouldn't want to hear what they say about me behind my back, especially since it won't change a thing about me. I wouldn't. I've read Voyage of the Dawn Treader. My job. I'm a 20-year-old female working with old men who are in their 50s and 60s, and they say some bad stuff to my face. Not about me, just general stuff. So who knows what they say behind my back and in their heads. Ignore it. It's all just noise. Hell no. I don't even read anything private, even if I accidentally stumble upon it. I think I choose to hear what my students say at the end of my classes. I teach a difficult bunch something they haven't chosen to study but have to. I want to know if it's helping them or if they are enjoying it, and if not and there was something specific they complain about, I could use it to make things better for them. Oh, indefinitely. Only once, so I'll just turn it on and never turn it off. Knowledge is power. If you hear the same critical feedback multiple times, you know what to work on. If you hear sabotage, you're prepared. If you hear good stuff, you know what's working well. There's really no downside as far as I can see. One time I wore leather pants with studs on them. I adore them. To one of my sister's things she had. It was like a banquet for her cross country team. But more casual, but I like to dress metal AF any chance I get. That sounds like I wanted it to be about me. I didn't. I just like fashion. My eye got up from the table to get some cake and I came back and my stepmom looked standoffish and my stepbrother started to say something to me and my stepmom told him to stop, like she was hiding something. I had a gut feeling it was about the pants. They were not tight on me, they were actually loose at the bottom, like boot cut almost I think, and I needed a belt with them so they weren't immodest. Also I bought them when I was with her, so if she didn't think it was a good idea for me to have leather pants she would have said so. I figured it must have been about that I looked bad in them or something. Wear them. They sound awesome and you love them. I wouldn't. Shudder. I would save it for a good time. I don't have much gossip on my back RN. I'd like to know what my HS teachers said about me in the teacher's lounge back in 1984-88. I'm sure there were some scathing burns. Know what other people think about me is none of my business. Words to live by. I absolutely would not do this with anyone at any time. Definitely wouldn't. I consider everything said about me to be none of my business unless it's said directly to me. I heard my name said in a meeting last week that I wasn't a part of, as I was walking by the conference room, and I just kept walking.